I go to Erev Shabbos. This week's Parsha is Parshas Naso. Parshas Naso is, of course, the longest Parsha in the Torah, and it is a jam-packed Parsha. But we'll focus on something that it talks about right in the beginning, or toward the beginning, and that is the Parsha of someone who steals something. So the Pasuk tells us that he has to repent for his sin, and when he steals something, and the Pasuk says, "V'zvadu es chatasam," he has to admit what he did, Asher asu v'heshiv es hashamay b'roshei, and then he has to return what he stole. So it's interesting that we change tenses in the middle of the pasuk. First it says vizvadu es chatasam, which is plural, and then it switches to v'heshiv es hashamay, his own, and that's lashon yachid. So that's interesting observation that I heard. The reason why we switch tenses is because when we're talking about v'hizvadu es chatasam, about admitting what they did, a lot of people could do that. So that's b'lashon rabim. A lot of people can say, oh, I did something wrong, but v'heshiv es hashamay, when it comes time to do an actual action to try to rectify what you did wrong, that's already b'lashon yachid, because that's few people do that. I think that this lesson is a great lesson, and I think it applies to the following. A lot of times when we'll hear speeches, Dvar Torah, or any kinds of inspirational speeches, today for sure there's tons out there, and there's a lot of inspiration out there, and a lot of inspirational speakers, and they speak, and we hear these speeches, myself included, and we hear these speeches, and we get so inspired. So yeah, it's easy. Vizvadu es chatasam. Yeah, everybody gets inspired, but are we actually doing anything with these speeches that we hear? Are we doing v'heshiv es hashamay? Are we doing a tangible action? Are we changing anything about ourselves? You hear a lot about this. People go to Eretz Yisrael, or they go on trips, places, and they say, wow, I was so inspired. It was amazing. Okay, are you doing anything about it? It's easy to say. It's easy to tell people, I was so inspired, or I heard this amazing speech, but are you doing anything about it? That's a much harder thing to do, and that's what the pasuk is telling us. V'zvadu es chatasam, that's wonderful, that's good. You have to do that. It's a must. You must be inspired. You must be able to say that you are gaining something from things or anything like that. But v'heshiv es hashamay, that's much more rare. People aren't as quick to do a tangible action. So let's all try to take from this. Speech also. I guess it's like try to give over something that we should do when we're hearing other speeches, that when we hear something or when we get inspired about something, don't just say, wow, I got so inspired, that was an amazing speech, or wow, I just saw an amazing. Do something about it. Do something about it. Do something with that inspiration. Don't just say that you were inspired. Actually try to do something. Have a wonderful Shabbos.